Welcome back to the Struggle Communication Group, Thunderdome, for another bowl with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87 Best Weekly Podcast, the show about everything and absolutely nothing at all. Coming right at your ass, right at your face, one day a week. Sin Shotgun is Uncle Nick. Follow him on Twitter, Nickerson. Hey.
Yo, thank you for having me on the show.
Do you do any social medias besides Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat?
I don't know if there's any other ones out there, actually.
There's so many new ones that the kids are on, like Musical.ly.
Oh, I do have a Musical.ly account, but I mean, I don't really know anyone on there. And like the songs that were available, I don't think there were too many that I sang with. Oh. But I do have an account on there. Nickerson probably, so check me out.
It does bug me that a lot of the songs are just like third-tier songs that no one's ever heard of.
Oh, yeah. Because honestly, if I ever want to sing along with stuff like that, I'll set up like my stereo, or I'll set up my phone. I think my iTunes can play while I record something, and then I'll just post it. I think I've done it before. Snapchat, I think.
Tell a friend, spread the word. iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio as well. So the Musical.ly tangent made me think of this. Do you remember this guy? Keenan Cahill?
No.
All right, now it's Katy Perry's song, and he's just like lip syncing.
Okay.
And it has 57 million views. He was a thing for a while.
I did not know that.
Listen to Katy Perry. What's your stance on Katy Perry?
I like her. She's an average pop star.
Average.
I mean, you know, I don't think I'd pay to see her, but she has a lot of good catchy pop songs.
You did at the Super Bowl.
I'd not paid it. What? She's all right.
Yeah. Someone who's more than right. Josh Belto, Remax Preferred. Twin Cities, buying a house can be stressful. You want a good realtor, going to be with you every step of the way. And for selling, you want that moolah, you want that money, you want that dollar bill. Josh can hook you up. Give him a call, 763-213-4617, joshbelto.com. Josh Belto, Remax Preferred. That felt good. That was my first ad read of the week, and it's Thursday evening. Kind of weird. But, yeah, because took the week off Purple for the win.
Which is shocking, you taking time off.
Yeah. Also, no football machine this week since 4th of July fell on a Wednesday. But we're coming back with the bowl because sometimes I just can't help myself. Also, cannot help myself with this.
Coins on his eyes. Duty done. Wages paid. Battle won. He will fight. For he is the champion of now and of always. Of north and of south. Of the air. Of the fire. Of the sea.
I'm bored.
He does. 2 dogs, 2 buns.
All right, so we're watching Joey Chestnut just demolish fools at the annual Nathan's Hotdog Eating Contest.
And I want to ask you while we have a moment, before we get to the end, whatever happened to Liv Tyler? I was a fan.
What's your favorite? There's no, wait, I don't look like there was a bun there.
Oh, yeah, there's a bun there. Except, you see what they do.
I've got a couple recommendations.
It is Kobayashi started this, where you dip the hot dog in the water, and then you just jam it down. And
you don't chew it, just swallow it?
See, Chestnut, what he does is that he'll slam the bun, then he'll do the hot dog separate.
Yeah.
It's a little rough. I love that there's advanced stats now. Count per minute. Chestnut at 7.638.
How could you imagine like being the spotter? Because I think they'll have judge spotters to make sure they're chewing. Where in your lifestyle choice do you decide that this is what I want to do? Like what kid in elementary school is like, I want to be a fireman. I want to be an astronaut. I want to eat hot dogs every day.
Well, I love the Kobayashi story where he was watching it on TV, and then he just decided, I'm going to compete in this. So let's see, his first year was 2001, because the 2000 winner was also from Japan, a fellow named Kayuzo Toyo Oraya, and it was 25. All right. And Kobayashi looked at it, and the strategy a lot of people had put in place was, hey, I want to eat as many hot dogs as possible. You think that's pretty straightforward with Hotdog Eating Contest, right? But Kobayashi's angle, and the angle a lot of the champions have done now, is I want to eat one hot dog as fast as possible. So he worked on that, worked on the strategy. He did the bun and the water thing. Also, he did the sort of the bobbing the head back, sort of maybe like psychologically thinking that gravity is going to help out. Yeah. You see a couple of the guys doing it now. So Kobe, the world record was 25, set in 2000. Kobayashi strolls up in 2001, whatever, 50. Yeah. No big deal.
Look at Joey Chestnut right there.
Yeah.
Looked like he had 2 almost.
Yeah. Well, of course, that's been smashed, and Chestnut won. It was 74 this week.
Wait, how much time do they get? That looks
10 minutes.
Oh, okay. For someone, now I'm a big guy, so people probably look at me and they're like, "Oh, Nick could probably put away some hot dog." And no, I can't. No, I can't. Not one timing. I just, let me eat 50 hot dogs all day. Maybe I could do that.
Whoa!
But
so the first one, 1967. A gentleman named Walter Paul, and this is from Wikipedia.com. The contest was held on June 30th, designated as the 100th anniversary of the invention of the hot dog, and it was won by a 400-pound, 32-year-old truck driver. The prize was a trophy proclaiming him the world's champion hot dog eater. How can he be 400 pounds in 1967? That's weird. He consumed the hot dogs over a period of 1 hour flat. It is not immediately clear the contest duration was 1 hour long, or if he simply ceased eating on his own after 1 hour. And it's also not immediately clear if he ate buns with the hot dogs. So that was disputed. It's okay. Yeah. Man, yeah, because the old champions from back in the day, it was 10, 10, 14, 11, 11. This was even when it was 12 minutes, too. Ooh, 1991, Frankie De La Rosa, 21. Bam.
wow.
And then the Japanese started taking over. No big deal. That's how we roll. And let's see.
They were probably putting relish and ketchup and mustard, trying to lose a minute. I'm assuming these are all playing hot dog and bun.
Yeah.
No one's stupid enough to put condiments on there, right?
Nah.
I mean,
but that would be a Pollard move.
I would totally just put ketchup on all that shit and be like, oh.
A legend already. The legend continues. Number 11 for Joey Chestnut here at Nathan's.
What?
Unbelievable.
All right, hold on. So
The skill that he's
time ran out.
I mean, the margin.
It says he ate 74, but the ticker says 64. Oh, were they
Thank
just
you guys. Joey,
not be able to catch up?
on your 11th mustard belt in these hot
It's probably, yeah.
They didn't have the A-team working the graphics on ESPN that day?
The judges
Come on.
in front of me, they're all screwed up. They couldn't see what number I was on.
They
I
couldn't see the number it was on.
Beating, 74 hot dogs. I murdered it. And I was aiming for 75, but
Look at those
74,
teeth.
I'm happy.
I was wondering
Carmen
what do you think
great.
his dentist thinks?
Only person I ever eats that much other than me is Kobayashi, and he did amazing. And
Did you talk about why Kobayashi doesn't do this anymore?
Well, we don't know the exact
No,
number
it wasn't
yet,
a
but you
protest
just
with
managed
the
to
World
completely outpace the competition. How did you
Eating
continue to do
Federation.
that?
Let's actually look that up. I'm done with her.
And then that's amazing that there's a federation to fight against. Just in general, there's a food federation. There's this organization, kind of like how basketball has the NBA, or
June 2010, Kobayashi announced he would not compete in that year's 4th of July competition. The impasse were really due to the MLE, which is the, I assume, Major League Eating. There you go. Insistence that Kobayashi sign an exclusive contract with the organization that would prevent him from competing in other contests not sanctioned by the MLE. Blah, blah, blah.
Sanctions. What is this?
So world records. Hot dogs, 110 bunless hot dogs in 10 minutes. Yeah.
Wait, 110?
Yeah. Rice balls, 150 rice balls, 20 pounds in 30 minutes. Grilled 13 grilled cheese sandwiches in 1 minute.
A minute. Okay. No, man.
337 buffalo wings in 30 minutes.
Oh, wait, can you say that number again?
337. I feel like the most challenging part of that would be just working the meat off the bone. Like, that would take a while. It's not so much like the volume. Well, also the volume, but not the volume. 41 lobster rolls in 10 minutes. 57 cow brains in 15 minutes. 17.7 pounds.
Who's doing cowboy? What is this?
Something called the Glutton Bowl, which is on Fox. Shocker. 93 hamburgers in 8 minutes. These were the White Castle size hamburgers.
Okay.
Yeah. 159 tacos in 10 minutes.
Oh.
Wasn't there like a world record taco attempt at Mystic last year?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
62 slices of pizza in 12 minutes.
Ooh.
Chicken satay. Delicious. 11.92 pounds of chicken satay.
Pounds.
One cheesesteak in 24.3 seconds in Philly. I feel like that's not even that impressive. I know that it is, but it doesn't sound like it. 21.3 pounds of soba noodles in 12 minutes.
Well, I mean,
if you've had soba noodles, like they're not like the little light rice noodles. They're pretty thick. They got some heft.
Oh, those kind of?
Yeah. Roasted pork buns, 100 roasted pork buns in 12 minutes.
See, I like that cheesesteak statistic because you can look at it both ways where how many can you do in X amount of time or how quickly can you eat that one thing like to the second. Like, do you have someone who has like a stopwatch to like go like the second it goes into your mouth to when you swallow that sucker? I mean...
So Joey Chestnut, he has the hot dog one, also has the bratwurst, 70 brats in 10 minutes. I assume that's no bun.
Ooh.
141 hard-boiled eggs in 8 minutes.
I'm not an egg fan. That sounds... No.
Yeah. What would you do for 4th of July, Nick?
I made some steaks on a cast iron skillet that I got from you.
Yeah.
As a gift a while ago for the first time. Pretty exciting. I've never used a cast iron skillet. I've been watching many YouTube videos. Gordon Ramsay has a couple awesome ones where, there are those people who can just grill. The performance that Gordon Ramsay does when he, when he's teaching you how to. Like how he does these things, it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I've watched all these videos, too.
And so I was inspired to try doing it myself. I did not put it in the oven, though. I kind of just...
Don't be scared about cooking the steak on the big night. If you follow these simple rules, it will be easy.
Was it the big night?
Let the pan get nice and hot. If there's no heat in the pan, there's no colour. There's no colour, there's no flavour. The steak is...
Did you get the pan ripping hot?
No. I screwed up a little bit.
Wait, that was literally the first thing.
I had it warm.
Yeah.
I was too worried about putting it super, super hot because I was worried about burning down my place. I didn't know how, because I put a ton of oil in there and I didn't know how to,
what kind of oil?
Canola or vegetable, maybe.
Driven olive.
Damn it, okay.
Yeah. Also, did you let your steak sit out for about 20 minutes?
No, and that was the big problem because I thought I took out the steaks, a couple days before because they were in the freezer. I had steaks for like a month frozen, and I'm like, okay, I can't wait to cook. The afternoon of that I was going to do this, I went and checked on the steaks. I opened up the packaging. It was freaking hamburger. I'm like, frick! I took out the hamburger, so the steaks were in the freezer. So I tried to nuke. Yeah. I tried to nuke defrost the steaks to not be frozen, and I let them sit out. I let them sit for a while.
Quick defrosting. Don't put them in the microwave. Take them out of the in butcher paper or a package.
Yes.
Yeah, take them out of that. Put them in a plastic Ziploc bag. Get all the air out, and then put them in a big bowl or
hot
even
water?
Cold water.
Cold water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just let it chill. Yeah.
Relax. It's at room temperature, so therefore it will cook quicker and it won't be stone cold in the centre. Okay.
Don't put it in the microwave.
Is he British? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
The pan's nice and hot. Oil in. Now, that's groundnut oil. We call it a neutral oil. Not too strong. Pan just starting to smoke. Little shake and bang. In the centre. Push it down.
See, mine sizzled enough, so I think I had it all right.
What kind of steak did you have?
It looked like whatever that is.
Strip?
It looked like a strip. I don't think it was it wasn't ribeye, but it wasn't
sirloin.
It wasn't sirloin.
All right.
We're going to cook it 2.5 to 3 minutes each side. But it's really important we don't keep on turning the steak. We only turn it once. Once on each side, and then more importantly, on its back to cook that white, creamy fat. Now...
Did you do that, Nick?
No, okay, so I did it for the first 2 minutes, like 2 minutes on each side, and then I was doing every minute turning because I was afraid that it was frozen. Because I saw another website where they said an option if you're worried about making sure that it cooks all the way through. Because that's always been my fear, that I don't want to, because I don't want to, get E. coli or whatever from like an uncooked steak, which apparently you're usually fine.
You don't. Yeah. Wait. So you went well done?
I think the smallest steak went well done.
Yep.
And then the other one, which I cut into, had some pink in it, so I was pretty happy with that one.
Wait, when did you cut into it?
Like right after. No. I know you're supposed to let it sit, but I wanted to make sure that it was right.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I wasn't that wasn't still frozen on the inside. That's always my question.
All right. Well, Nick, here, take your hand. All right. So do the OK sign, the major look thing. So when you have your thumb and your pointer finger, that's going to be rare. So then touch just below your thumb, that little meaty part. Well, all your hand is meaty.
Yeah,
right there. That's rare. And then move thumb to the middle finger. That's medium rare. Thumb to the ring finger. That's going to be medium. And then thumb to pinky. That's going to be well done.
It feels the same. I don't know what you're talking about.
Doesn't get tighter?
No.
You should see a doctor.
I should probably see multiple doctors, yes.
Yeah.
She's ready for turning. Look.
Actually, that might be
turn her over. And look at the colour.
Did yours have that color, Nick?
Well done. It's
yes.
there.
Oh, no, he's got a different one.
On the
doing it on
inside
the
of my
wrist.
thumb.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I want to cook my steak rare, so by touching the steak, I want the same feedback as it is on the inside of my thumb. That's rare. As it starts to cook, it gets a lot firmer. Medium is there. Semi-firm with a slight resistance. Well done is there. Rare. Now, it's about 1.5 minutes from coming out. Butter.
I did do butter.
And this gives it a really nice nut brown finish. Tilt the pan towards you and just baste the steak over.
They don't
Before
tell you
it
that
comes
butter
out,
explodes sometimes.
Get your tongs and
It's
turn
popping.
the steak on its back and just finally cook that little bit of fat down the side. There. Look at that baby.
My butter all evaporated.
Out. On. I want a little bit of butter over the top. Leave it to rest. Once it's rested, onto the board. And don't slice it too thin. The thinner you slice it, the colder it gets. At an angle. There.
The colder it gets?
Over.
Yeah.
And look, that is a beautiful sirloin steak cooked
Yeah, that's
pink.
sirloin.
My goodness.
See? There you go.
It's going to make me want to try again. So
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be more prepared and I'll be ready.
How about when we visit your place, we will make steak?
Okay.
All right. That's how we roll. Let's see, our 4th of July, just sort of hung out, and we went hiking at Lebanon Hills Park. It was a good time. We just beat the rain. It was unfortunate because a lot of people were out there. You know how you can reserve, picnic tables and barbecues and stuff. So it looked like there was a big family gathering going on, maybe like a family reunion for the 4th of July, and they just got rained out. I felt bad.
Did they not have a...
No, it wasn't a shelter one.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. And then, let's see what... Oh, a bunch of people showed up to go to the beach because we got there at 9 just to hike and walk around. People were showing up at 9:30, 10 to go to the beach, and then the rain started at 9:05. But see, it was weird. Typical June, July weather where it poured, it got really nice, and then it poured again because the wife took the kid to the Apple Valley 4th of July parade, and because she's like, "Oh, it's nice, it's beautiful, it's out." It's like, I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna smoke these ribs. And then I also looked at the weather. I'm like, it's gonna rain again. She's like, "Oh, but it's so nice out now." And then they went and they got poured on. There's a little bit of Schadenfreude there.
That's pretty funny.
But it is cool seeing the around the cities like parades working around the rain, because that sucks. Literally, that's where the saying comes: "Rain on your parade."
I know the fun story of the 4th of July for the Twin Cities is that St. Paul didn't have enough money in the budget, and the mayor did not want to have fireworks. So because of the weather was kind of iffy. There was a lot of questions because of a lot of the early models. Everyone thought they were going to get rained out for the parade for fireworks in the evening. So a lot of cities were like, should we do it? Should we not do it? But as I said, a lot of the rain came in the morning. And the rains that were supposed to come in the evening, I do not think they hit us in the cities. I think they were all south or to the north of us. But St. Paul, the mayor right away says like, we don't have the money in the budget for it, and they decided not to do it.
So St. Paul didn't have any fireworks?
St. Paul did not have fireworks this year.
Oh.
St. Paul's had a lot of issues. One of my favorite 4th of July memories is the Taste of Minnesota.
Yeah.
Which used to happen, I don't know if it was on the 4th, but like the weekend around the 4th. Yeah. And that was, it was fun. There was a lot of food, great music. But apparently, it was free, and apparently they didn't have the money to do it for free every year. And they didn't do it anymore.
What I don't understand about fireworks is, all right, so they're the same every year. So how come there hasn't been hologram fireworks yet?
Hologram fireworks?
Yeah. Where they can do laser light show. That's a big thing at like the planetarium back in the day. I'm sure lasers and technology have gotten to the point where they can fake fireworks. Just do that.
Oh,
because I guess what was it, like one night of fireworks for a major city for a big show is like $100,000.
Yeah, it's something
that you're literally lighting on fire.
Yeah,
like I think fireworks are fine. I don't know why people get so worked up over them. I don't know why people take pictures or video of them, because if you've seen fireworks, you've seen them all. And plus, since it's this time of year, you have to wait till like 10:45 for it to get dark out. So that already bugs me, since I like going to bed at 8:20.
What I liked on TV was that I think someone they aired fireworks. I think NBC aired like fireworks from like East Coast. I think either New York or like the capital or something. And it was going on for I think half an hour, 45 minutes or something. Just nonstop fireworks. I think off of ships, like in the sea or something.
Yeah.
We're just shooting them off of.
Or the towns that also shoot fireworks off on July 3rd, just to justify the setup expenditure.
Oh,
because sure, yeah. Also, neighborhood fireworks. So I'm a pretty deep sleeper, so it doesn't really bug me. But the wife is a light sleeper, and like the kids, they like. I know the M80s were the gold standards, except it sounded like some of these kids got some M160s, which I don't think are a thing, but they probably are.
They're
like straight up mortars.
They just super glue two of them together and just light them off.
Yeah. All right, so I've been thinking about this ever since we were at Tyler's bachelor party. We saw a bear in the woods, like golfing. Like, yeah, I like being outside. I like being outdoors. I like hiking to a degree, but I don't know what I would ever do if I saw a bear. And then this is a guy named Steve Raminella. He's got a show on Netflix. Also, I think it's on the Outdoor Channel called Meat Eater. And he actually had a pretty close call with a bear. Just watch this. And it's a mama defending her cubs. So, like, this is like the deaths.
You lucked out because you only had like a baby cub, right?
Over the years, I've had a handful of what I would call like memorable
grizzly
bear moments. But this one I just had in British Columbia is the closest call I've had yet, and in a way the most unnerving. We were actually hunting grizzly bears, working our way up into this alpine basin in this small, isolated mountain range. I'm with the guy, Ryan Callahan, who I'm friends with because he works at the apparel company First Light. Ryan's done a lot of guiding in BC and in Montana. We've kind of been around the block a lot. And we get up just kind of like where it starts to look really good, meaning like good visibility. You can really see what's going on. And all of a sudden, like out of our side view comes like, not just one bear, but 4 of them. It's a sow packing 3 little spring-born cubs with her. And she looks almost mad, like she'd like eat all the blueberries on this blueberry bush, and when she'd eat it, she'd look like she was pissed at the blueberry bush. And she'd like, and like start eating on another blueberry bush. And we're watching her carry on, and she started coming back our way.
Is that right there? Yeah, let's just make a little bit of noise and let her go. Somebody's here.
We've been saying things like,
if you're hunting, why just shoot it?
Going, hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
I mean, we're just like, you don't really know.
Well, that's what they were talking about, but also, you know, he's got the 3 babies, so if they kill the mom, those babies are probably going to die.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is, yeah, I get your hunting, but also, you know, hunters are some of the biggest conservationists out there.
So, okay.
Yeah.
What to say. Like, you can speak in tongues. You're just trying to make noise so the bear don't come. The bear don't care about any of this at all. And I can hear this thing woofing and barking. Woof, woof, woof.
You're barking at us? Yeah. Hey, Mom. Take your kids and go. See her?
How'd you like to be the camera guy who doesn't have a weapon?
That's the only thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom. She just came through this gap. She's coming this way.
She comes around a tree. We chamber around.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. Hey.
Callahan is shooting out in front of her. And she doesn't care at all. And meanwhile, these people behind her like, what's going on? What's up, Mom? What's going on? I will shoot. I'm going to kill this sow. And she spun. Peels off, spins away, and Callahan says, I'll never forget it. I want to get him a T-shirt with him and his mustache. And this, he says,
smell us now, lady.
Smell us now, lady. That's a sentence that comes to Callahan's mind the minute a grizzly bear changes his mind, decides not to maul him. What he's referring to is, as she cuts, she gets like a downwind direction, you know. And so Ryan's saying, like, now the wind will carry my odor to realize that we're people and we shouldn't be messed with.
I mean, just how crazy is that, though?
The camera guy, no, I'd be scared.
Yeah, I'd be done. I'm dead. Also, so apparently bears like good eating.
Is it?
Yeah. This one's especially cool where it's a freshly killed bear, and he's cooking the bear in his own fat, which is so gangster.
With the amount of daylight I got left, I don't think that I'm going to make it back up for the next.
All right, let's get bad.
Take my ball of kindling.
I've been in that woods for an hour. I better drink my own piss.
Fire paste in there. Check all your pockets for a lighter. This would be like, I'm gonna melt that down.
Yeah, so that's bear fat.
Mm-hmm.
Hear that? So we're getting some oil out of there. Another way you can do this, you can actually put water in the bottom of a cup, a little bit like a quarter-inch of water, inch of water even. Put the fat in there, and you can boil the fat out, and that fat will wind up sitting on top of the water. But for deep frying meat, it's better to have pure oil. But if you just wanted oil out to drink, just if you needed, like, you know, a quick energy charge, you can do it that way a lot faster.
Drinking bear oil?
Yeah. Hold on. I didn't have my coffee, so I better get some bear fat.
Like this. My brother, one time I watched him, he like rendered a mug full of bear fat and just drank it like coffee. That's how good that stuff is.
Speak of the dope.
And hunters like Daniel Boone, I mean, that guy would shoot bears just for oil. You could sell the stuff. It was a marketable commodity. You can continue to cook these fat pieces down, and they'll just want to be in crispy little treats, like little pork rinds. You see how much oil already I got built up. And you can use this oil and reuse it. And I'm going to drop a few pieces of meat in there now.
You're cooking the bear in his own fat.
That's bear meat cooked in blueberry bear fat. Oh my God, that's good.
I have no words.
I really respect the hunting where you're actually using like the meat and like every part of the animal. It's very respectful. It's very hollowed that way.
Like McDonald's.
As opposed to the trophy killing. Where did you see that story where a bunch of poachers got mauled by a lion when they were trying to poach some protected animal?
No.
They're like, they got theirs, sucker. Just like you should get a brand new website and digital marketing from the Strother Communications Group, because if you go to scgpr.com, you'll get all the info about revamping your website, doing up the digital marketing, and all the social media channels that you're struggling at, that you're not reaching your current customers, your future potential customers. You should probably do that. Go with the pros, everything under one roof. Find out more, go to scgpr.com, the Strother Communications Group. All right, Nick, let's do a little news.
You are fake
that
news.
one.
Sir, go ahead. Can you...
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I ain't got time to bleed. You can't handle the truth.
The news with Uncle Nick.
All right, Nick, what's going on in the news? Son?
All right. From CNN, they posted an article this week, July 1st, bunch of brand new laws that are kind of springing into action, and I always forget that sometimes laws start midweek, mid-year, so thought I'd go over a few of the random ones that they listed out for you, because some of them are kind of interesting. I didn't know these type of things would happen, but first one that was on the line was that Seattle bans plastic straws and utensils. So for food industry, all food services businesses, subject $250 fine.
Wait, so it has to be paper now?
Paper, steel, bamboo. Environmental friendly materials. Yeah, so that's kind of a crazy random thing. Let's see, public safety, obviously Florida, they're sending in some new laws with that, designating school safety specialist at a number of schools, obviously stemming from most likely the shooting at, I believe it was at Parkland, I think it was the Parkland school in Florida. That started in July 1st, so next school year, you might see an extra staff member on the campus. New marijuana...
Back in heat?
Back in heat. New rules for California marijuana laws. They want to do additional testing on people who sell marijuana products, make sure it's in chemicals, pesticides, foreign materials, whatever.
Because California, because the weed has to be organic, man.
I wouldn't buy my weed if it wasn't organic. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. The biggest one right now is San Francisco's minimum wage hits $15 an hour. $15. Yeah. An increase from $14. I didn't realize they had $14 an hour before. And this is where Minneapolis is going, I believe, in 2021, I think. Yeah. They're slowly... I think it's at 11 right now. Or...
Yeah. Well, I get the premise. Like, there should be more living wage jobs for sure, but artificially raising the minimum wage won't do it. And I think, like, Seattle has had this for a little over a year now. And you've seen where employers are cutting back on hours where former full-time employees that had benefits and stuff, they weren't making $15 an hour, but they were still getting by, which I know people should do better than get by. But now, like, a lot of employers are cutting them down to like 30 hours a week, so they're part-time. They don't have to pay benefits. And we've seen with like the McDonald's kiosks thing where I think by 2020 there's going to be one kiosk in every McDonald's where you just punch in your order.
Yep.
Which is, they should have those for the drive-through.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, but it's fine. You'll walk. It's also going to be embarrassing. Like, there's a human behind the counter ready to take your order, and there's a kiosk right next to it. And then you walk in, you make eye contact with the lady working the register, and then you just go to the kiosk. It's like, I want to order in shame. Also, I feel like people order more at the kiosk.
Because oops, I hit the button twice.
Yeah.
Might as well just get two.
Yeah, because face to face with the person, or even over the voice box thing. It's kind of embarrassing. It's like, sir, you want how many McChickens? 8. I said 8. Whereas if it's a kiosk, bump, 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 send.
Okay, what you're suggesting is actually happening now in the movie theater industry, where going to movies, you can go to the person who's selling tickets physically, or their kiosk right next to them.
Everything should be straight up kiosk.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
And it is becoming an issue because technology is moving so rapidly that people are being forced out of jobs. And it is like the quote unquote menial/minimum wage type jobs that are being taken out, but that's still money in people's pockets. So I understand the conundrum. I don't think raising the minimum wage to 15 solves things long term. Short term, fine, and also it's a great campaign slogan. It's a great political movement. But I mean, employers aren't dummies. They will shift things around. They'll either cut back on hours. They'll invest in technology where they don't have to pay, you don't have to pay the kiosk thing, or they'll pass, pass the buck on to the consumer, or if it's a mom and pop shop, they may just close up shop, which sucks.
And that's what I'm worried about. My friends who own a bar in the Twin Cities. It's something to think about. I mean, I do think there are a lot of people who work in the industry that are a minimum wage job. Who I've known for a long time. I respect them, and it's the job they have now, and I want them to make a lot of money. But, and this may not sound popular to say this, and I might have Andy edit it so it doesn't make me sound too much like a douchebag, but I've seen people in the McDonald's line that totally mess up my order. I do not think some of them do deserve $15 an hour for doing such a bad job.
Well, Nick, you shouldn't have had so many customizations. I mean, who wants bacon in a McFlurry? Actually, that could probably work.
That's actually probably going to
work. I understand the push because it comes from a good place. People should have more jobs available that gives them a living wage, and also from the other side, I don't subscribe to the rhetoric of it's a minimum wage job and blah blah blah. But I mean, in those avenues, you can work your way up. You can become shift manager. You can become manager of McDonald's in this example of minimum wage. So there's avenues out of that. And I think all right. So say $15 an hour, 2,000 hours, about $30,000 a year, right? Just rough math. So minimum wage now, say just for ease, it's 10. So $20,000 a year, right? And say the assistant manager at McDonald's right now makes $32,000 a year, sure. And the person making minimum wage full time making 20, all of a sudden they get bumped up to 15, making 30. So all of a sudden that gap between the assistant manager and the minimum wage guy, which was 12 and now it's 2, is that really fair to the assistant manager? Now you have to give him a raise too, and it is sort of a domino effect, which I don't know if there's any hard and fast rule or any hard and fast solution about this will appease everyone, but
that's what makes it.
That's where I am right now.
That's what makes it difficult because I mean, if there was a simple answer where everyone can win and no one loses, it would have happened years ago. My big argument with economics and I know nothing about the economy and how it works, but instead of focusing on raising minimum wages, let's make the cost of living cheaper. There was a time when someone can afford a house on a one-person budget, but we talked about before that people.
Well, that's the thing though. Technology has pushed the cost of living down so low. Think of the poor people they still have a 60-inch TV. They still have an Xbox, don't they?
I'm so pissed at you, Dad, right now. You have no idea.
Yeah. No,
damn you, Dad.
It's a bit of a conundrum because the cost of living the American dream is low, but also technology is eating up all these jobs through automation, and it's not just the minimum wage fast food. It's also jobs in the plant. Look at Detroit and what they've gone through in the past 25 years. So it's become an interesting inflection point where it doesn't take as much as it did back in the day to have a decent life, but also the jobs that used to cover a decent life are going away.
Yeah.
But every poor friend you has a 60-inch TV.
I only have one poor friend, and he's my dad, and he does have a TV, and he asks about buying a 3D TV. What do you need a 3D TV for? You can't watch. You can only watch a couple of movies on 3D. That does not everything is 3D yet. It bothers me. He also I got to vent about my dad for 15 seconds here, but he also makes me preset his television so everything is zoomed in. So you know how most TVs, most flat screen TVs, the screen gets that like the top and lower parts are always semi cut off because that's how it's filmed. It's filmed in that type of ratio. Dad wants it zoomed in full, so it takes up the whole screen. I'm like, but Dad, it cuts out the edges, and it just bothers me so much that he makes me change it for all his settings, movies and TV. It's like, no, that's there's a reason it's cut like that. It's shot that way, and it bothers me. And he made me.
Okay.
All right, just to finish up the last three random news stuff was must be 18 and older to marry in Florida. That's kind of that's pleasant and
it's kind of
pleasant news there. And Indiana residents who were adopted before 1983 can now request their adoption records. That's kind of nice. Tighter alcohol rules for California rideshare drivers. So Uber, Lyft. If you thought you could drink or have a few drinks when you're doing your job, they're cutting the law down from 0.08 to 0.04. So if you're doing that,
wait. So you can still have a buzz on when you're driving Uber. So like, my Uber driver could have had a 0.07 before.
Yeah. Oh, this is just in California. So right now, because you have to think about it. I mean, an Uber. Our Ubers and Lyfts in Minnesota, I mean, they can, as long as they're not blowing over the legal limit, they can probably be buzzed.
That's wild.
Yep, and then, that's pretty much it. The random school news, but that's all I have with random news from CNN.
All right, get to the cave.
All right. The biggest story of the week, of the last couple weeks, is a bunch of kids in Thailand have been lost in a cave for, I think, roughly 10, 11 days before they were found earlier this week. There were 12 boys and a football coach. Football, I'm assuming they mean soccer. They were found by Thai Navy SEALs, and I believe they were U.S. It was a good joint U.S. I think France had some scuba people in and whatnot. So good news is they found the kids. Everyone is alive, and for the most part, well, other than being malnourished because they were stuck in a cave for about 2 weeks. Unfortunately, getting them out is not looking that easy. The last couple news stories, we have flooded passages, tight, narrow things to get across. I mean, it's amazing, and like the questions of how they even got that far, are still kind of blurry. Other than the massive flooding that's been pushing them farther and farther back into this part of the cave, which CNN's listing 2.5 miles from the entrance. 2.5 miles, and
so do you think they were climbing in there, or do you think they got washed in there?
I think it was a little bit of both. I think they wanted to see as far as they can go. Kids being kids, but then the potential rains have just been crazy, and then they just got too far and got stuck. So as of now, I mean, the big thing is trying to supply them with oxygen and whatnot. But, there's a lot of crazy ideas going on right now, from maybe trying to drill and get them out, which we've seen before down in the Chilean mine issue. But
it's going to be depressing if they all die. Because how long did the Chilean miner thing go on?
That was a couple of months to get them out. And, me and your wife, we were talking about it feels like it should be so much easier than, just get back in the way you came type of thing. But apparently it's not that simple. And
I suppose if you drill, there's a danger of fracturing the cave, and then it could collapse.
Yep. And just, the technology, we know where they are, but we don't really, really know where they are. Like, it's not...
We need Hayden Christensen from Jumper.
Yeah, we do. And just, looking at the pictures... there's graphs we can kind of see the like going up and down. There's flooded passages. I think the best solution right now, what they're looking at trying to get through this is with these experienced divers who can come in. Is we're going to teach these kids a quick one-on-one, a quick lesson in scuba diving, which it sounds ridiculous to say, a quick lesson in scuba diving, but if you want these kids out, they're going to have to learn it pretty quick. And I don't know. I think it'll be a few more days, but obviously, from what the weathers are predicting, more rain is going to come, and who knows where where they're staying right now is going to stay safe for now.
Man, this could be really depressing at the end.
Yeah, and there's a ton of questions left. Why did they go that far down? You have a coach there. I'm assuming I don't want my kids playing around with this coach anymore. He's obviously an idiot for making these kids. What? I'm not a cave. Why the hell are you guys going in the cave anyways? There's a lot of, I don't know. You're 2.5 miles. Who goes 2.5 miles?
How's the Wi-Fi down there?
You think someone would have tweeted that, hey, I'm stuck in a cave if there's good freaking Wi-Fi.
Also, like 6 being down there. How many kids?
I think there was 10 or 12 of them.
Yeah,
12.
10 how old? 8-year-olds?
I believe they're 10 to 12.
10-year-olds. Miserable.
Oh, yeah.
But, no, they're getting out. I have a good feeling about this. How'd you like to be the Thai Navy SEALs? Like, we trained to fight terrorism. Now you're going to scuba some stupid soccer kids out of a cave. All right.
But the good, I mean, as I said, people are helping throughout the country, throughout the world. It says that there are Americans there. I think there's British people who are helping. China, I think, has experienced people there, and I think it was a UK person who showed the first video of everyone was there in a well, and it was so grateful. But I don't know. Watch some of these videos on CNN if you can. As it says, the pictures, the graphics, you think, oh, I'll just walk up this thing. But, there's crevices that they've said are as wide as a person. I mean, it's going to be hard to, maneuver groups of people that way. That's why I think they want to make sure if they do this, they're doing it right.
Yeah, and this is going to be fine. Don't worry, the Americans are helping out by tweeting about it.
Yes, which is the most important thing.
Hashtag bring back our boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, slacktivism. All right, what's next?
All right,
let's do one more.
Want to do the World Cup one or the Filipino fights?
Filipino fight. I gotta bring this up. It's so stupid.
All right. Well, I'll quickly say, as of June 5th, there's 8 teams left in the FIFA World Cup. I know most people don't care about the World Cup, but Uruguay is playing France on Saturday, and then on Friday, Brazil's playing Belgium, Russia's playing Croatia, and then Sweden's playing England. So if you guys are looking to follow, I watched my first time watching the Japan Belgian game, and that was fantastic. That was a really fun game to watch.
Yeah, except for Japan, my surrogate country, blowing a 2-0 lead.
It was that first half was so boring, and then I walked away, and people started scoring. It was crazy.
All right, so one of the players is on the Australia team. It's Thon Maker, and he was a pretty high draft pick, I think, for the Bucks. And he's the guy who throws the flying kick, which is hilarious.
Oh yeah. So the final story that Andy's pulling up is a basketball fight for. It's not FIFA. It's the it's a basketball association, FIBA.
Yeah.
And World qualifiers, Philippines versus Australia.
Something going on right now.
All right, so Thon Maker's the tall, skinny guy, number 7. There, so keep an eye on him.
There's a free-for-all going on.
He just jumps in like whatever.
Here they go. Thon Maker on the floor. And Thon Maker. Oh, look at Brian Cruz going out.
The Filipino guy.
Right at our table.
Boom.
This is security has stepped in. Assistant coaches and team officials. Nakagulo na talaga.
That wasn't as good as I remembered.
No, there's other clips.
Andre Blanch, there's a free-for-all going on.
There's clips on the right.
There's that one. There's the kick.
And Thon Maker. Oh, look at Brian Cruz going after kicker.
rough right there.
This is security.
It's rough.
First of all, I hate to say, I mean, the Filipinos, I think we're scanning quite a lot of it, and they sadly were not doing well in this tournament. I think they lost all their games.
Yeah.
So, like, playing this game.
Well, yeah, because it's tough to win basketball games when your center is 5'10".
Then Wallace is fouled, and Wallace did.
All right, so this is the Malice at the Palace from back in the day, 2004.
Oh, I remember this.
Ron Artest, Ben Wallace, Steven Jackson. Come on.
You mean Meta World Peace?
Potential to be serious if they don't get between. Wallace upset. Players trying to hold each other off. Steven Jackson and Rasheed Wallace trying to be peacemakers. Now Jackson yelling. Wallace still going. You need the coaches in there to get him away. Jackson challenging Derek Coleman. Somebody should just get Jackson out of there.
And also, you notice that Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, is just chilling on the scorer's table, and then a fan threw a beer at him.
That's what causes the problem. Rasheed Wallace did an excellent job trying to keep everybody away.
Did it happen yet?
And trying to keep the peace. But it started after Artest with a hard foul on Wallace after he got behind him. And then Ben Wallace came over with the shove. And an ugly way for this one to wind down. Totally uncalled for.
Who started this?
Well, Artest fouled Ben Wallace pretty hard
I want to see the foul
at the end of the game.
because it appeared Wallace was past him and Artest shoved him. And that's what Wallace took exception to. You still can't react that way. You've got to let it go.
All right, come on.
Because the fans have come involved.
That's what I want to see there.
He'd have to walk past the Pacer bench to go. Now Artest has jumped over the scorer's table and is trying to get down to the bench. Artest is in the stands. Fans are getting involved. Steven Jackson's in the fans. Rasheed Wallace going into the stands. The security trying to somehow restore order.
Only in Detroit, folks. Only in Detroit.
The players trying to help each other out. This is a disgrace.
Do you have video of the...
All the players now, they're jumping in there to try and get the other players out because the fans have come involved.
All right, so a fan threw a beer at Ron Artest. Ron Artest did his Ron Artest things. He was suspended the remainder of the season, 86 games. He lost $5 million in salary. Steven Jackson, who I think was the more egregious one there, he was the one who came in after Artest and started throwing haymakers. He was suspended 30 games. And then, a bunch of other jabronis. But, yeah, good times.
Yeah. With this Filipino thing, I think half the Filipino team were like ejected. I think 3 or 4 of the Australian people, and I don't know. Very exciting if you're not into the soccer news. Very hilarious. Seeing a bunch of short Filipinos jump up and attack some Australian Aussies. So pretty sweet.
That Jackson is now on ESPN as an analyst. Like, yeah, nothing happened. No big deal. Whatever. Shoot.
That's past me in the past.
The news with Uncle Nick.
From the entire Channel 4 news team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go yourself, San Diego.
Nick, what you got going on this weekend?
Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out this weekend. I was hoping to either... I got to catch up on a couple of movies. I wanted to see Deadpool 2 and I wanted to see Jurassic World 2. So might try to knock a couple of those out before seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp. But we'll see. That's something I'd like to do.
Would you like to do it, though?
Yes, I would.
I have read that the ending is phenomenal.
Oh, really?
I just read that.
Oh.
In a book. Let's see, me, probably smoke some delicious meat. We'll see what happens. If you like the show, it's available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and if you like it, tell a friend, spread the word, add to the Jerome Homie Army. Big thanks, producer Allie, as always, for making us not sound so stupid. But for Nick, I'm Andy, saying Andy on Sayonara, and bye-bye. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to Bull with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast. Download the show on iTunes. Everyone's middle name is Jerome.